All right, welcome to Original Bacon. This is my third episode of New Comic Book Wednesday for right after the new year. So we have Every Spider-Man Ever Spiderverse issue 2. So we have in this episode of Spider-Man, we have this crazy Anansi spider being attacked by the first off, we have the Marvel versus Capcom. Apparently, the hunters have gone into the Marvel versus Capcom universe and are attacking Spider-Man, and they got it perfect because Spider-Man's dead. Then we have a Nancy spider. There's a Nancy spider. And the British spider's trying to get the Anansi spider to go with them to the Spiderverse. Funny little weird story. They end up having to trick somebody into thinking that the other British Spider-Man was a sheep. Really weird, but then he just ends up going in with the Spider-Verse with Spider-Man. Meanwhile, we have this really cool Reagan punk movement Spider-Man where he's fighting with his rock and roll against Reagan. And Captain America is another punk rocker writer fighting up against, apparently Reagan has a bunch of Venom symbiotes, cops on his side. And Spider-Man's going to rock right there and take out all of the Venoms. Apparently Spider-Man's black. Really cool. Meanwhile, we have this Hispanic Spider-Man that has like a lucha libre kind of a feel to it. It's all in Spanish, apparently, and I don't know almost any Spanish. Maybe eventually I'll be able to read it, but it looks like it has a really cool animation. And they're going to bring in a Gwen Stacy Spider-Man series really soon, so that's really cool. Lucha Libre Spider-Man. There we go. Really cool stuff. One of my favorites is this little thing right here where we have all this. We have the black suit Spider-Man and the regular Spider-Man talking to each other while they're refilling their web shooters in the fight with the hunters, and they make comments about how they saw a Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and a Seabiscuit guy Spider-Man, which was pretty funny because the Seabiscuit guy was Spider-Man from the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Alright, so we got the all-new Ultimate Spider-Man. I think this might be the last issue, the final showdown, because at the very end of it, it seems like all the Ultimates are going their final way. So maybe they're canceling that series too. Alright, final showdown. This crazy monster right there is attacking the Ultimates and the cops. The renegade cops and the bad guys, and they're all gonna have to fight this crazy looking guy. Everybody's attacking each other. Crazy showdown. Apparently Silk's gonna get her own series too. All the stuff's happening. The cops are taking down the bad guys, and so are the Ultimates, and the Ultimates are being able to take care of this guy. And this guy right here, this crazy looking masked zombie dude, is able to tap into the psyche of people, and so he was able to jump into the open wound heart of that guy and basically make himself commit suicide. And he explodes everywhere. And meanwhile, all of the guys go their different directions. And it's all decided that the Ultimates are going to go their separate ways. And Jessica Drew, this is their little last meeting. There's the last page. And then there's like a thank you letter at the end of the book about how the author really liked doing this Ultimate series. So I'm hoping this isn't the end of the Ultimates, the all-new Ultimates Ultimate series. But it looks like it. And we also have Miles Morales, issue 9, Spider-Man, where we're going to find some more out about his dad, who was an underground... he was a bodyguard for Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, but he was a double agent for S.H.I.E.L.D. And how, there it is, he worked for the Kingpin. But he didn't want to. And the Kingpin forced him to, basically. And he did all this bad stuff. Club Night 2099, I like that because that's where Ultimate or Spider-Man 2099 Miguel O'Hara is from. Apparently there's going to be a series called Black Vortex. That's going to be interesting. Guardians of the Galaxy and all new Xmen. That looks like really interesting. Apparently Kitty Pryde is dating Jason Quill right now in the comic book series, and they have guns pointed at each other right there. I haven't been reading the Legendary Star-Lord issue, but apparently Miles Morales' dad wanted to get out, but he only had to go a little bit further. And apparently Toad was trying to get Wilson Fisk to start selling that, I forget what the name of the drug is, that basically is a super mutagen that was made out of Wolverine's blood. And he's trying to sell it to Wilson Fisk, and it just made one of his enforcers super huge right there. It basically gives you whatever mutant power you would have gotten if you were a mutant. But meanwhile, we have S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up, and they're able to take down Wilson Fisk with all the information that Miles' dad was giving him. And Miles' dad apologizes to Miles that he never wanted to blame him for the death of his mother, but when all the stuff happened and he found out that he was Spider-Man, he was afraid that he was going to get in deep like he was, and that he begs for him to forgive. And Miles forgives his father, but look, we got Hydra apparently is going to be in the next issue. All right. Do we have time for one more issue? Yeah, I think so. We have Injustice, Sleep of the Unjust. So last issue, Superman got put to sleep. Literally, he's just sleeping. He got knocked out by Constantine, and he is dreaming about what he wishes would have happened. Batman apparently warns Superman that of Doomsday, and he is able to rush Lois back to Earth where she is fine, and the Joker ends up being taken back to Metropolis, or to Gotham by Batman. And right here's the real world where Spectre and Superman's team is trying to wake him up, but he is in a dream state that no one can wake him from except for himself. Meanwhile, Superman tries to kill the Joker, but Batman stops him in time and says that he's going to take the Joker in for custody, and Harley is going to go to Metropolis Prison. Meanwhile, so Batman takes the Joker in, and while they're riding in the Batmobile, Joker talks about his plans about why Batman and him are connected, and that he's going to kill, or he's going to torment Superman more and kill Lois, and he's going to wait until the baby is born so he can, because babies scream the best apparently, and he's just going to, and so Batman ends up snapping his neck and showing up to Commissioner Gordon saying that a crime has been committed, and turns himself in as Bruce Wayne. Meanwhile, Lois gives birth to Superman's baby. Bruce goes to visit, Kent Clark goes to go visit Bruce in prison, and wishes and gives him a hug and tells him that he can take him out of the prison at any point. And meanwhile, we find out that Superman's baby and Lois's baby is growing at an exponential rate, and that she's already learning how to fly. And then it shows her as she's growing up, learning to shoot from the green arrow, and then learning to fly, and that she's stronger than Superman. Really cool artwork here. And that she, in turn, is wanting to make the world a better place by cleaning up the planet and freezing more icebergs and making it so which makes sense. I mean, Superman can blow like frozen breath, so he should be able to cool down global warming right there. And apparently Wonder Woman is married to Batman, or Bruce Wayne, now that he can't be Batman anymore. And Superman and Lois, apparently Clark is getting old, and he's playing catch with Crypto, and he wishes that he can be here forever. And it's revealed that, but during the prophecy of the 6th issue of this 3rd season of Injustice, they said that the prophecy was that the king would fall asleep and the queen would awaken, so Wonder Woman should be awake in the next issue of Injustice. So we'll find out what happens next time. Thank you for watching Original Bacon, and have a great day.